I built a tool that tells you exactly what a graded card is worth before you hand over a single dollar. And I built it the same way that I build products for millions of people at Fortune 500 companies, by identifying a problem so frustrating I just couldn't ignore it anymore. Here is what I found. Every collector at a show is making $100 decisions with no real data in hand. The vendor knows exactly what they have. You are running on a gut feeling and a price you half remember from 2 weeks ago. That is not a fair fight. So I went home, opened up my laptop, and I built the thing that levels it. It pulls live market data and cleans out all the noise before you see a single number. It tells you if a card is hot or cooling, and it tells you exactly what you should pay before the vendor even knows that you looked it up. This is PopSignal. And the next time you walk into a show without it, that's not a mistake, you'll make twice. This is what most people do at a car show. See if it reminds you of someone you may know. You open eBay, you search the card, and you look for sold listings. The problem: eBay mixes raw cards, graded cards, different variants, different grades, all in the same search result. One bad comp and your reference point is out the window. And you're doing this on your phone at a table with the vendor watching your face and someone next to you eyeing that same card. You just don't have enough time to comp carefully. And the vendor knows that. That's the whole game right there. So you either overpay because you don't want to lose that card, or worse, you walked away from something you should actually have bought for yourself. Think about the last card you bought. Do you know what it's worth today? Not when you bought it, but right now. Most collectors don't, and that's not their fault. The information exists, it's just never been in one place the exact moment that you need it. So let me show you exactly what that looks like. If you collected anything during the Sword and Shield era, you either own this card, sold this card too early, or you've been circling over the last few years waiting for that perfect time when price dips to scoop it up. Silver Tempest had one true chase card, and this one is it. Why this card? To use it as our use case for PopSignal. Very desirable Pokemon, a lot of vintage era lore with Lugia, and this card was trading at around $200 USD raw at the time the set released back in 2022. Let's see what the market is telling us right now of the value of this card in its graded form at a PSA 10. First of all, everything that you see currently on screen is sold data. Not what the vendor is asking, but what has actually sold on eBay. Current market value right now as of 7/14 for this Lugia PSA 10 stands at $1,487.50. That's quite the jump in value from back in 2022. I know, it's just insane. Current price movement, whether it's going up or down, stands at $0. We will see on the next slide if this has changed over the last couple days, but as of right now, no dollar change in value. And most importantly, those value fluctuations that may happen day to day are the exact data points most collectors don't see, which is valuable to know if you're at a show and you want to see whether this card is moving up or down. And the funny thing about this card from the community 4 years ago, it was that it wasn't a popular chase card at the time. Most collectors were not fans of the artwork, hoping the negative sentiment at the time would continue to drive the value of the card further down. Praying that this becomes the popular opinion, cause I don't want to pay $250 for this card. LOL. And that's the entire reason why this tool exists. The hobby's opinion of a card and the price of a card are two different curves. And if you were trading comments in 2022, you missed the grail of an era. And I'm not judging, because I know that half of us felt the same way back then. But the vibes lied, but the soul data never did. Let's jump ahead to today's date. As of this recording is July 16th. And you can see there's been a recent uptrend movement in the market with this card. It's just a $25 jump, not very significant, but there has been a change. Now let's look under the hood at the signal that I think is the most important one, which is PopSignal AI. This signal currently exists in 3 stages: rising, which is what you see on the screen right now for the Lugia, stable, and falling. And I want to show you exactly how it decides that, because it isn't a vibe and it definitely isn't magic. The signal pulls the last 10 eBay sold comps, this exact card and this exact grade, then splits them in half. The 5 most recent sales against the 5 before that. If the recent 5 average more than 5% higher, it's called rising, as seen on the screen. If it dips 5% lower, then it's classified falling, as seen here in this Gengar EX from Phantom Forces. Now, if you are within that 5% window, then you are stable. And I'm using the Team Rocket's Mewtwo from Destined Rivals as the example. And this is why I built it this way. And you can check this yourself. Pull up the last 10 sold listings for any card on eBay and simply do the split by hand. The signal isn't asking you to trust it. It's just doing in 10 seconds what you should be doing before any deal, but never do. Now, it's 10 sales a giant data set? No. But graded cards do not trade like stocks. Recency beats volume in this hobby, especially with graded cards. That's it. That's the trick. It's simple as that. Which means when you see rising, you now know why it says it. And you could check for yourself. Tonight, go home, access popsignal.app, create your free account, and test it yourself. So here is my call on the Lugia in a PSA 10. Data says market value for this card as of today's date is at around $1,500 with high confidence. The Lugia is also coming in with a hot indicator, which tells me there's a higher than usual buy demand for this particular card on eBay at the moment. PopSignal also has a very high confidence on the market price because it's able to comp plenty of recent sales that are happening right now with this particular card. Last but not least, the price of this card remains stable. So this means that it's within that 5% window that we discussed earlier in the video. My personal take on this card right now is that the market is catching up. I have seen a lot of data points that would signal a lot of collectors and some investors are offloading very expensive modern cards at the moment and are looking to get into more mid-modern and vintage, especially when it comes to PSA slaps right now. Full transparency, PopSignal is early. There are more tools out there with more charts, more tabs, more noise that you can try out. PopSignal does one thing. It actually protects your money. Real price, real signal before you buy or sell. I built it for me first. Now I want you to give it a try. Go to popsignal.app, create your free account, add that one card I know you've been thinking about the entirety of this video, and come back and tell me 3 things. What works, what needs improvement, and what features I didn't even think of that you would like to see. You are not just early users, you are helping to shape what PopSignal ultimately becomes.